Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So in last episode, we took on the Philadelphia Flyers in round number 2, and we managed to defeat them in 6 games, just like what we did with Pittsburgh. So it was also a kind of series where it was almost the exact same type of series to an extent, because Philadelphia had a really strong center core, but their wing was really weak. Same with Pittsburgh, that was the same thing. But now we're up against a team with Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay, who won 48, 27, and 7 during the regular season, has a really deadly lineup. Like, their wingers are a lot better than teams like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. As you can see with the top 6, it's all really strong, obviously, when you have 2 really good guys here. And then the third line's decently strong as well with 2 80s. And then Kunitz could technically be here instead of Paquette. And then obviously defensively, they're going to be strong with Hedman. And then Sergachev is on the uprise. So, and then also Vasilevsky's a 92. So, 90 as well is what I should say. Because a 92, I don't mean a 92 overall. I mean a 90 overall. So, yeah, their team is really deadly in all situations. So, and then the fact that they have home ice, I don't think we're going to be able to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. But if we don't, it's still a learning experience because it's year number 1, so it's all right. So I hope to go kind of into a bit of a rebuilding stage after this because I would like to flip a lot of players in the offseason. So we'll see how that goes. So anyways, game number 1 in Tampa Bay at the Amalie Arena, is it still? It might be. First period, and it is 1-1. Okay, so their offense actually doesn't come through that much, but Sergachev opens the scoring, but then Teravainen answers pretty much right back for us. Shots are 12-7 in favor of us as well. We must have had maybe a couple power plays. Second period, and it is 3-2 Tampa Bay. So, yeah, as I was saying, their offense is definitely the key thing for them. Wingles gave us the lead, actually, but then Johnson and Killorn answer right back for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they have a 3-2 lead going into the third, but we have the shot advantage. Let's see if we get tied up here early in the third. That would be huge if we could do that, and then we could maybe bring the game to overtime where we've won a couple games so far. Power play, and we don't get it done. Power play again. Come on, 5-on-3. You got to score, boys. And we don't get it done. Maybe I have to change up the power play unit. Come on, guys. We need 1 goal here to tie it up. And we aren't going to get it done, and we are trailing in the series 1-0. It was still a solid game because we got 2 goals on them. Teravainen from Aho and Skinner. Wingles from McGinn and Stahl. Yeah, I think I might change up some of the lines already, even though that was a solid offensive game. I think I'm going to change up some of the lines. Because I want to tie the series at least going back home. Because if we tie the series going back home, then maybe we could take a commanding 3-1 series lead somehow. Get the home crowd on our side, you know. I'm going to leave I'm going to put Stahl instead of Aho. And then Aho could be the... I'll just put Aho back to the wing, I think. But for the power play unit... What do we want to do in terms of the power play? Oh wait, Lindholm's not even on the power play? Damn, that's not good. I should always put Lindholm back on there. Yeah, that's probably why he's not really happy. And probably why Williams hasn't complained yet. Because Lindholm should be on the power play unit. Because Williams is a lot older. I'd rather have some younger guy being on the power play that could still technically grow. So that's the only move I'm going to really make. So let's see if we could somehow tie this series up here in Tampa Bay. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get to the Stanley Cup Finals, but you never know. First period, and it is 1-0 Tampa Bay. Yanni Gourde. Shots are 14-9 in favor of Tampa Bay. Come on, guys. We got to get the offense going, and we are down 3-1. Lindholm gets a goal, but we are down still by 2 goals. Johnson in point. Like I said, this is going to be a really tough series. If we could somehow get to the conference finals, or to the Stanley Cup Finals, that would be amazing. But conference finals is already really good for year number 1. Considering we didn't make that much moves, we made like 3 trades only. Come on, boys. Last 5 minutes. Get 2 goals here late again. Wow. I think it was Vasilevsky that pretty much won them that game because, yeah, we outshot them 36-33. We didn't play good defensively. Our goaltending wasn't the greatest either. Yeah, maybe I'll change our defensive lines. Because maybe it's just like Pesci and Van Riemsdyk because those guys were like a -7 at one point. So Aho is still leading us in points. 10 points in 14 games. Maybe I'll just put Skinner back down again. Let's go to the defensive core. Move Slavin at Pesci again. There you go. Let's see if we could actually somehow come out with a tied series after these 2 home games. Considering we still have these 2 home games, there's still a chance to come back. If we lose one of them, then obviously there's like slim chance. But let's see if we could take a game here on home ice and maybe get back into this series. Let's see. First period, and it's 1-1. Teravainen makes it 1-0 us, and then the Mesnikov ties it up pretty much a minute later. So the 2 guys that were rookies in the 2014-15 season, second period, and oh my god, yeah, their offense just can't be stopped. Stamkos and Johnson make it 3-1, and once again we are down by 2 goals going into the third period. Yeah, I think the season's pretty much done, unless we come back from a 3-0 series deficit like the Philadelphia Flyers did in 2010. Holy shit, Suster makes it 4-1. Yeah, this has just been... Yeah, Tampa Bay is just too good of an offensive team. It makes a lot of sense that they're all the way up here in the conference finals, because in real life, I think they're the Stanley Cup champion this season. So, 5-1 loss. Once again, our offense is nowhere because Vasilevsky's just way too good, and their offense has just dominated us. Okay, so I think I'll go best lines for game number 4, but I think we might be getting eliminated here on home ice. If that's the case, then we'll just wrap up the season and then take a look at the draft class again and all that stuff, because that's basically what we'd be doing next if we do get eliminated. Tampa Bay's 11-3 in the playoffs as well, so hopefully we could at least take 1 game maybe. I'd be fine taking 1 game out of the series. Let's just go best lines. I don't know what it's going to do, but okay. Best lines. Tommy Wingles is now on the 3rd line. Okay, here we go. Can we fight off elimination somehow and give our fans at least 1 win? Let's see. First period, and it is 2-1 Tampa Bay. So once again, we're down. After the first or the second period, Wingles got us a goal. Second period, and oh my god, once again it's a 3-1 lead for Tampa Bay going into third. Even though we're out shooting them, it's just Vasilevsky in the offense. Yeah, I had a feeling that it was going to be this way. Stamkos makes it 4-1. Yep. Damn, there's no stopping Tampa Bay. There's just no way. If it was a different team, we might have had a chance. Like if we would have played Montreal, maybe we could have gone on to the Stanley Cup Finals, but Tampa Bay, no way. And we are out in 4 games in the conference finals, which kind of sucks, but it was a good learning experience this season for the boys. Hopefully they grow. So Wingles with his 5th from Vermette and Lindholm. So Wingles actually played really good for a 3rd/4th liner in that playoffs. Well, that blows. So let's take a look at our player stats, and then we will sim up to the draft. We'll see who won the Stanley Cups, any of the retirements, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, player stats. So Aho 11 points, Teravainen had 10 points, and Stahl had 10 points. Skinner had 9 points. He didn't actually score since like the 1st or 2nd round. That's not good. Wingles 8 points, nice, but I don't think he's coming back because I don't think he wanted an extension. Lindholm 7 points, Falk 7 points, Kruger 6 points, McGinn and Fleury and Rask 5 points. Williams, Vermette had 3 points. Pesci, Hannafin, everybody else had 2 points. And in terms of goaltending, Mrazek went 8-6-2, 3 shutouts, a 915 save percentage, and 2.39 goals against average. So he actually gave us a chance to get to that Stanley Cup Finals. But a pretty solid season for year number 1. So let's go to the calendar screen now and see who wins awards and all that shit. I'd assume Tampa Bay is going to go on to win the Stanley Cup, but so we might lose to the best team in the league, which is good. Means we were like one of the best teams. Could say we were like the 3rd best team if that happens. Do we already know who won the Stanley Cup? It's only 2 weeks after we lost them. Yep, Chicago. Okay, so Chicago beat Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup Finals. So it was a rematch of the 2015 Cup. Rochester Americans win the AHL. So let's take a look at the awards for the season. Usually Jordan Staal is always a guy that has a chance to win a Selke, but I don't know if he did this year. So Chicago winning the Stanley Cup. That's kind of funny because in real life they're like on an 8-game losing streak or something like that. So awards. So yeah, Chicago wins the cup. The President's Trophy went to the Calgary Flames. And yeah, it was Chicago and Tampa in the Stanley Cup Finals. Kucherov wins the Art Ross and the Hart. Jones wins the Norris. McKinnon wins the Lady Byng. Calder goes to Brock Besser. The Conn Smythe goes to Corey Crawford. Interesting. Vezina goes to Jonathan Quick. William M. Jennings goes to Mike Smith. Interesting. Considering he had a really bad goals against average, I think, a couple years ago when he was with Arizona. Brendan Dillon wins to Masterton. The Selke goes to Bergeron. Kucherov gets to Lindsay. And Ovechkin gets the Maurice Richard. AHL-wise, let's just go through the teams like this, too. Okay. Player awards, Klimchuk, Barber, Gusev, Kunin, Murphy. I think Gusev's actually a guy I made. Yeah, I think Gusev I made. Kunin I did not, because that's not my created Kunin. My created Kunin is on a different roster file. Murphy, McElhaney, Allmark, Ratty, Bodie, and Dansk. Okay, so let's take a look also at the progress reports, see who grew. Because I'm curious to know how my prospects I made grew. Because I made a ton of prospects, if you guys didn't remember that. So let's see. At least on our team. So Hayden Fleury, he's an 81, but he'll probably be like an 83, 84 by next season. Wingles, I think he dropped. Yeah, he must have dropped. That's weird. Maybe just because of age. I think he usually retires pretty young, actually, too. Falk grew all the way up to an 87. See, this is why I don't know if I want to move this guy just yet. Like, I could move him in the offseason. But he just had a really good year, so you never know. Haniffin's up to an 86. We're going to have to get him back. Raskin, 81. A lot of other older guys dropping off. Okay. Lindholm did not grow at all. Lindholm's one of these guys that we could probably trade away eventually, considering he's 23 already. Mrazek did get some growth. He's up to an 84 now. Hopefully he's higher for next season. And then in terms of in the system, which is the more important thing, Louis Rynan, who I will sign, will be in the AHL next year, 71 overall now. Ed Jong's up to a 61. Jake Bean's a 70 still. McCowan's a 71. Any other good growth? Waz up to a 71. Luke Martin, who I made's up to a 68. Fogel's up to a 72. Okay. LaFontaine, who I made, is up to a 69. Nedeljkovic, our starting goaltender prospect, is up to a 69. I don't think he's going to pan out, to be honest. Nick Haas did not grow at all because I, for some reason, scratched him the entire season, but he'll play next year. I'll make sure of that. And yeah, that's that. Okay, so now the final thing we need to do is see who retired, and actually the draft class as well. Again, I'll show you guys that once we get to the actual draft, just because I want to kind of have your guys' opinion on who we should draft. Because like we're going to have a late first round pick, so we might be able to get one of those if there's a created medium elite guy that the computer made. Luckily, we'll see how that happens. So the Rangers have the first overall pick. So Rangers are going to be getting Rasmus Dahlin, Vegas gets second, Vancouver third, Colorado from Ottawa gets the fourth pick. Okay, interesting. And the retired players, did we lose anybody to retirement? I don't think so, right? Okay, we did not lose any players. That's good. In terms of all skaters, Jerome McGinley hangs them up. Matt Cullen, Chimera. So Yager actually did not retire yet. That's good. Chris Neal is actually retired already, so. But he was already in the free agent list. Goaltending, no goalies retired at all this season. Interesting. Okay, so final thing, like I said, the draft class. I'm trying to also keep these episodes, guys, under 20 minutes if I can. Like the off-season ones might be, like, I might do for the off-season, I might do the draft and the re-sign stage in one episode, and then you guys can let me know who I should sign in free agency for, like, another episode, and then we could start up the season, kind of like what 2BC does, just because I want to keep it up to, like, 20 minutes an episode, so it's easier for you guys to watch all of it. Not like 30-minute episodes or whatever. So draft class, you guys know most of the draft class, but let's see if there's any steals in this. And why is this going so slow? There you go. So Veleno and Zadina, Svechnikov. Okay. So if we have like a late round, first round pick, let's see. So Kavanov, Alexiev. Yeah, I don't even know what we want to go after. I don't even know if this guy's a real guy. He probably is. Lacombe. We want a goaltending prospect, though, is the problem. Wait, is that the Popugayev? What? I thought this guy was a New Jersey Devils prospect. Because I made this guy, too. Do you guys know if this guy is a different Popugayev? Like, if there's two Nikita Popugayevs? If you guys could let me know down below, because I made a Nikita Popugayev with the Devils, I think. And then there's also one that's playing for the Prince George Cougars, like the one did in real life. Unless that's the one I made. Yeah, that might be the one I made. But I put him on the Devils. I assigned him to the Devils. Hopefully I didn't, I actually assigned him there, because if he's just going to be in the draft, that sucks. Okay. Goaltending, let's see. Ulanov, low fringe starter. You know, that guy's probably going to be elite. I have a feeling with low fringe starter potential, he could be an elite goaltender. I think that's who I might want to go after in the draft. Like, Gravel goes second round. Like, if he doesn't actually pan out, this Ulanov guy, we could always draft Gravel as well. Or Mark Koo. So, yeah, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So, in the next episode, we will have we'll have the draft in the re-sign stage, and then the next episode after that will be free agency and the start of the season and all that sort of stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.